Good afternoon and welcome to another one of my trips into the Black Mountains. Plan today is to get to the top of Waun Fach, which is the highest point of the Black Mountains, and then take it from there, work out where I'm going to sleep for the night, and then in the morning I'll probably come back down the Grwynne Fawr valley, past the reservoir back to the car, which is parked down at Blaen Y Cwm. Yeah, it's a bit of a steep one to get up the way I'm going, so whether I'll be able to film much I don't know. Anyway, come along for the trip, let's see what happens. So I've got 3 layers on today because it's supposed to be colder than it is. So I was just about to take a layer off and the wind arrived. So forecast today is 10 to 20 miles an hour and dropping overnight to 5 to 10 miles an hour. Oop. Always when I'm not looking where I'm going. With no rain expected, which is just as well, because I doubt these hills could get any wetter, whatever happened. And I think you can see behind me the sun's out, except where I am, which is good really, because I'm about to hit a really steep pace. Oh right, so I'm on top now of Pen Y Gadair Fawr, about 2 kilometres from Waun Fach, and the views, well, pretty much there aren't any. The lack of rain was a lie. It's been raining on the way up, and you know when contour lines are very close together, very steep. And not just steep though, but very muddy and slippy and horrible. So it's taken me quite a while to get up here. Yeah, clouds going past pretty fast. So I'll just get to Waun Fach, find a pitch, and then we'll set it down, and I'll hopefully be able to see the hills around then and tell you what they are. In the meantime, I'm going to have 2 minutes and put some gloves on. Oh, it's tough. Tough. Still, I'm up here, so it's easy now, just along the ridge, and we're done. So this is where I am. And there's back there, that's Pen Y Gadair Fawr, where I stopped. You can see there's clouds have gone by now. This is a very heathery type top to a hill. Not much cop for pitches really, but I'm sure I'll find somewhere. And up in the cloud over there is Waun Fach, highest point of the Black Mountains. So as you can see, Waun Fach is basically a bog, so I might struggle to find a pitch, do you reckon? See this, some conservation work going on up here, several of these little dams along, just to hold the water back, slow it down, stop it all running away. Top of Waun Fach, interesting trig point. Looks like they've done some work here. Last time I was here it was lots of bog. There you go. Right, as you can see, the views are wonderful. Sorry about that. The sun does try to come through occasionally, but it's not managing it. So, top of Waun Fach is just basically a bog. So I'm going to go on round and see if I can find a pitch farther on round. On the way that I'm going to go in the morning anyway. So knock a couple of miles off that. It's about 3 o'clock, so I've still got a good hour before sunset. Not that I'm going to see it by the look of it, but never mind. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, no rain forecast, but as you can see, it's persisting it down. Now the path that goes round, that I was following, goes round the east side of the hill, and that's the direction that wind is coming from. So when it started raining, I was just getting blasted. So what I've decided to do is get off piste. It's one of the advantages of knowing the hills. So basically I did a 90 right and I'm heading down across the hill towards the Grwynne Fawr Valley and try and get to the stream there where I know there's some decent pitches, and I'll be out of the wind. Of course there won't be any sunsets or sunrises or anything, but you know, pissing it down anyway. So anyway, I can see the stream just down over there, so I'll put this away because it's not waterproof with the Mediamod on it, and I'll catch up with you a bit later. I'm probably going to be pitching up in the dark now, but not to worry. Okay, so I found a spot down in the valley. Tiny little bit of breeze, but actually I've camped here before, back in January. So yeah, a bit disappointing I couldn't stay up on the ridge really, but I didn't think it would make much sense. So I'll get the tent up. We've got about 10 minutes till sunset, but obviously I'm not going to see one because it's completely clagged over on the tops. So weather forecast, complete rubbish. Never mind. Let's get the tent up, try and get these things at least semi-dry, and then put the kettle on. Here's the pitch, nice and flat, nice and taut, hardly any wind down here. So it's the thing I like about this Fjallraven. Just look at the size of that vestibule, it's enormous. Excellent. Right, let's get my kit in, get warm. Alright, my first new bit of kit is this mat, and that's going to keep me warm, my hip warm. Okay, just bring you up to speed. I've finally got in the tent. I've got everything sorted, pretty much. It's just gone 5 now. Yeah, so I've got a sandwich here that I bought on the way, thinking that I'd stop somewhere and eat that, but I never did. So I'm going to eat this sandwich. Then I'm going to get the kettle on, have a brew, relax for a bit, and then a bit later on I'll cook my tea. Time for the new cooker. Now what I did was, I wanted like a half height, you'll see what I mean in a minute, a half height windscreen to go with the Trangia. And because most of them are like, you know, that long, I wanted one, a short one. And I looked and looked and looked, and the only one I could find came with a pot stand and a cooker, or stove, alcohol stove, and it's from Polymath products. So this is the let's move that out of the way. This is the pot stand. So it's a stove and pot stand, and I've had this stove my pocket for a while, and it's just, as you can see, it's just a tin, and inside is, if I can open it, some carbon felt, which I pre-soaked with alcohol a little while back before I put it in my pocket. And basically that's it, and all you do is light it. And there we go, that's lit. So we put the pot on the top. There isn't actually any wind today, of course, but that goes around comme ça. And then we have a nice quiet stove. And then we are boiling enough for a cup of bovril. Take that off. And then you can just blow it out. Look at that. Superb. So I tried this on my last trip. It's an OXO cube. Just a straight OXO cube. And I really like it. Food for tonight then. This is what we got this time. That's coffee and OXO cubes. We have a Uncle Ben's rice, spicy Mexican, and some pork sausage, which I've already cut up, ready. Then if I get peckish, I've got a tomato soup as usual, and my normal biscuits and cheese. Well, that's going to be alright tonight. And then in the morning I've got a porridge, and I've also got a cereal bar, or it's a flapjack actually, I think, and that'll keep me going. So here we are, dinner's ready. We're going to try it. Just try the rice first. That's good. So that's Ben's Spicy Mexican. It is spicy. Nice. Okay, I'll get this down me and talk to you in a bit. So, just set up this little windshield and this little cooker, doing really well. So this is, as I said, that's a carbon felt that's in it. It's so far burnt for about 20 minutes with the alcohol I put in it to start with. I do really need to replace this bit of wood with, you know, some thin titanium or steel or something a bit lighter. But apart from that, it's working really well. So guys, all those who gave me some tips, keeping the alcohol warm. The last one I had was to keep the windshield closer to the pan. It works well, thank you very much. Actually, I do owe quite a few people a vote of thanks. I said in my last video that for some reason my numbers of views had skyrocketed, and I'm now over 300 subscribers, which is really cool, and I'm very grateful to every single last one of you, because it does make it feel like what I'm doing is, you know, it's worth the effort, really. I mean, I'm going to come wild camping anyway, and I'll probably film anyway, but to know that some people like it, that's really nice. Mike asked me after my last video how come I can watch films on the hills, and the answer is Prime Video, Mike, on this tablet. Those films down the outside there, I've downloaded them onto this old tablet, and so I can watch them here. I've also got something a bit handy, a bit better than your headphones, and this is a headphone band. You can see there's a speaker there and a speaker there, and this is it's Bluetooth, so it connects to the tablet, and then let me just show you. I'll probably look a complete dork, but I don't care. So this goes on here, comme ça, and then I've got a speaker in each ear, which means I can lie down and it's not uncomfortable. The other advantage actually is it acts a bit like earplugs, which is quite good as well. The other new thing I've got, you might have noticed, is I've now got a hoodie, a Helly Hansen Lifer hoodie, and I have to say it's doing quite well. It's keeping my head warm. Nice. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'll well, you know, unless the river comes up anymore, and it'll have to come up about 3 foot to bother me, unless there's any dramas. I'll see you in the morning, and yeah, have a good night's sleep. Let's hope anyway. So, very cold night, everything's frosted, ice on the tent, all that, and unfortunately I had a lot of condensation on the inside. I mean a lot, to the point where it dripped on my face about 4:30 and woke me up. So I had to spend 5 minutes drying the inside. So anyway, got up just before, just around 7:30 I suppose. Got me cup of bowl full, I've already ate my porridge. Just waiting for a bit of a thaw really, and then I'm going to pack up and get on back down the valley. Lovely toasty warm in the bag last night, so I've got the Exped closed cell foam mat now, and a Tensor Insulated sleep mat, and my Rab 900, so I really ought to be warm, didn't I? At times I was a bit too toasty, which is weird. Not something I've experienced before, but anyway, I'm just going to finish me cup of OXO, and then I'll start getting packed up. Okay, that's me all packed up. As you can see behind me, hopefully leaving no trace. Squinting in the sun here. Okay, so I just got to pick my bag up and start my way back to the car. Yeah, it's a lovely day. Really wish I'd come out today rather than yesterday now, but not to worry. Okay, I'll take some scenery on the way back, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. So we're going to go down and have a look at this bothy down here, and I left my bag at the top because well, you can see the path is pretty iffy, especially with all the wet rocks. However, we'll get there in a minute. That's better. There she is. It's one of the smallest bothies in the country, I think. Just gonna have a look. So it looks like somebody in residence then. I better look a right state, don't I? So I didn't do a sort of a commentary down in the bothy because there's obviously somebody staying there and I didn't know whether he was asleep upstairs or not. But actually it looks like he's gone out for the day. But as you can see, it's a very small bothy. You probably sleep 3 upstairs at a push. Maybe 1 downstairs, maybe 2. I mean, there's a rule about bothies is that they're never full. It's an absolutely scorching day. I really screwed up not coming out today instead of yesterday, but never mind. Forecast for the 2 days was similar, but not to worry. That'd be night on a mountain or halfway up a mountain. I'm happy. So I'm going to wrap it up here, and thank you for watching if you've got this far. If you've enjoyed it, give us a like, maybe subscribe, that'd be fun. In the meantime, keep yourself safe, try and get out there yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one.